Moonsong here. So today we are going to be talking about the Lair of Darkness Structure deck. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm really excited for this because I like dark decks. I think they are really awesome, and this is a structure deck I was looking forward to because I feel it can actually do a lot with a lot of different decks. First of all, I want to talk about the variants that people can have, and then I want to go into more detail about the cards and what impact they could have on different decks and different metas. So, as we know, because different countries have different metas and stuff like that. So, a couple of decks I have ideas for. This is just like going out there. Obviously, the first big one is Infernoid, because Infernoids have the effects to tribute stuff, and this field spell, Lair of Darkness field spell, is really strong. As you can see, I got one of the decks here. Sorry, the camera's really bad, but I just got one of the decks. This is from the structure deck event that we had. I was lucky enough to get myself one of those mats, so I'm really chuffed about that. But I really like the cards that they give us. I mean, there are like 4 cards that make up the deck, which is obviously Lilith and Darkest Diablos, and then Ahurima and Lair of Darkness. Those are like the main cards you want in the deck, but they've also got a couple other cards that are really good in it. For example, they give you another what is it? Vanity's Fiend. Vanity's Fiend is a really good reprint. It's good for a couple of new players and a couple. I mean, people who are still playing Monarchs. That's something for you to get your hands on right now. And then it's also got it's a couple of the virus cards, maybe Rhino Warrior and Tour Guide from the Underworld if some of you are struggling. There's also a Lair of Darknesses, which is a good pickup. I mean, that's always a good card to have. And then the Foolish Burial of Goods Common that comes in is really interesting. We also got Hand Destruction, which is pretty cool. Fires of Doomsday. I like that card. It's pretty nifty in the deck. Mind Crush is also good for the deck. I mean, mind crushing your opponent. It's really hard to get mind crushed, so it's a really good reprint. But yeah, anyway, I was talking about the decks that you can do it with. Now, I've seen some interesting variants, and another variant I thought up was Paleo Lair of Darkness. Now, I know it doesn't seem like it would work, but when the new Link monster comes out for Darks, I think it could do like quite a good job, because Totally Awesome you can still play, and the XZ monsters are still pretty good. I mean, you can play a lot more traps, which help your Paleos come out. And then also, not to mention, Totally Awesome, you just need 2 Aqua monsters. It doesn't matter what attribute they are, and you can still tribute Aqua monsters for effect. So it still really works kind of well in the deck. I think it's something interesting to try. That and Infernoids. Hey, maybe you can play 60 card Infernoid Lair of Darkness Paleo. I mean, remember there used to be deck variants of that, so that could go in together really well. There's also like other decks. I don't know. I've seen people like try it in a whole bunch of decks. I've seen people try it in Painted Magicians, but I think it's a really interesting deck, and I'm really excited about it. I think that one of the best cards in the deck is Lilith, because obviously it can search you out like any 3 normal traps. I mean, heck, it searches out Evenly Matched with this, which is so insanely good these days, obviously until Red Reboot comes out. And then we also have Darkest Diablos, the Lord of the Lair. Now, I think this is a really good card. It's a good counter for, I think, well, if you're playing the Lair of Darkness, or if they tribute your Dark Monster, you can play this card. I also think this card is actually, but we don't want to tell the decks that, but I'm not the people who play the deck, but I'm not gonna really be a person who plays the deck, so I'm sorry, I'm gonna give away the secret. But I feel like Darkest Diablos is a good side deck card against the deck itself, for any of those places where you might possibly see this deck in your local tournaments, or maybe even a regional tournaments if someone is brave enough to play it in there. But I think Darkest Diablos is one of the cards you'll have as a side deck. I mean, it can't be targeted, it cannot be tributed. I mean, it's a really good 3000 beat stick. It's really interesting, and I think that's really good. Grinning Grave Virus is it's not one it's not one of the best. Sorry, I'm sick at the moment. It's not one of the best like traps, virus traps, but I guess it can stop your opponents from having monsters for a couple of turns, but I don't think it's the best. I mean, Allure of Darkness is a really good pickup from here. I'm happy to get myself some Allures. I haven't gotten them because I haven't played that many Darkness decks in a while, and this is one I was really excited for. So some of the ideas, I love the idea of Ahurima and the tribute for a draw. I think that's a really good draw power engine, especially for Darkness decks. It gives them nice support. I mean, we haven't had support for Darkness decks in a really long time, and I really think it's a good addition. So like they've also got in here, which was really interesting since the pendulums are running about, Curse of Darkness. Now I don't know if we're gonna see a lot of play of this, but this is really amazing card. The fact that it deals 1,000 damage every time your opponent activates a spell, it can be really problematic. And I think the fact that since we're gonna be seeing what's this, Brandish Maiden coming out soon, a lot of we're gonna need something that can kind of stop spells, and I think Curse of Darkness is something to look at. Yes, they have to pop it, but they still have to pay 1,000 life points in order to do so, and they have to pay to search to get to it. So I mean, you're looking at your opponent losing 2,000 life points, which I think will be really interesting. Maybe for you rogue players who can't get anti-spell, it's a really good side deck card to have. I myself am planning on getting 3 decks of this just to see what shenanigans I can come up with this deck. I really like it. I like the idea of Lilith. I like the idea of Diablos. I like the Lair of Darkness, although just remember it is a once per turn, and the effect to get tokens is a bit tricky, and especially with rulings and stuff, I think it's really difficult to understand. But I really enjoyed playing the deck in the tournament. I really love the mat. The mat is beautiful. I don't have it here right now, but it's sitting in my desk at home. My roommate loves it. I love it. So I think it's really awesome. So let me know what you guys think of the Darkness deck. Let me know what decks you want to mix it with. Let me know what ideas you've come up with, what little texts you could possibly use in the deck. Maybe you play the deck pure. I don't know. Maybe you've come up with some crazy, stupid idea that could possibly top a YCS. Or like regionals, because we don't have YCSs yet. But like something like, I don't know, Dark Magician, Invoked. I mean, just throw it in any Darkness deck. Is to throw it, just by the way, for foreign viewers. Just throw it in any Darkness deck, you know. And see what it can do. I think it's really fun. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.